Happy Thursday, stampers and paper crafters. This is Facebook Live number 473. It is Thursday, March 19th, 2026. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I have been a demonstrator since August of 1999. It's a long time. I remember when Stampin' Up! Did not have exclusive colors, or color families, or stamp, hi Benjamin, or ink, or stamp sets that come as a grouping. A lot of them were sold singularly. So, come a long way. I'm going to put you down at the table in just a second. If you get motion sickness or anything like that, just look away and I'll let you know when I am done messing around with the camera. So hold on. I scared Benjamin away. He's my cat. At least one of them. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera. There we go. Slowly over. And, oh my gosh, I tightened it really tight. All right, we're going to turn you down to the table. Hopefully it's not going to get too stuck. Oh, there we go. Tightening it up. And we'll scoosh in a little bit, I think. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. Oh, we're not. Set this straight. I hate it. What? Oops, wrong way. I hate it when it's crooked. That would drive me nuts. Okay, put a little bit more light on the subject. I think we are good. Good. All right, so again, my name is Joy Borwedge. I have an Instagram page at Stampin' for Joy. My YouTube page is Joy A. Borwedge. My online store is stampinforjoy.stampinup.net. I have penguinz33 at outlook.com is my email address, so that if you would like to request a catalog from me, let me know. And Stampin' for Joy is my Facebook. Ooh, that is out of sync. And Stampin' for Joy is my Facebook page as well. So what happens is today I am recording on my Joy Borwedge page, and then I'm going to take a picture of tonight's project or projects, and then I'm going to post them online to my Facebook pages, as well as my video will go to my YouTube page and to my Stampin' for Joy page. And as you know, the Facebook videos, they only last 30 days. So share them while you can, and that way you can do the like and the subscribe thing on Facebook, on YouTube. That makes me happy. I have like over 80 subscribers on YouTube, and that would be really cool if I could get to 100. I know people have like 12,000, 15,000. I'd be good with 100, and then we'll work on the next one there. Okay, so let's talk about a couple things. Right now, we have let's see, we have the March online exclusives that were just released in the beginning of the month, and several of the products that have been unorderable are back in stock. So that's really cool. So check those out. And if there is something that is that you're looking for that is not available, Stampin' Up! Has given us the option to, well, hello, Kimberly, welcome. So you can type this little thing that says, please notify me when this comes in. And as soon as that product comes in, you'll get a notification, so that, say, you're looking for a die set that's been out for a while and it's now back in stock. Then Stampin' Up's going to send you a message, and then it's your choice to go in the online store and purchase it. And now this online exclusives, they are while supplies lasts, and it's also right now the catalog. This has about a month and a half to live. What I mean is that this is going to retire at the end of April. I believe the new catalog starts May 5th. So products in this catalog will, especially the red rubber, they will run out close, or they will be put on the last chance list if they're still available. And then this catalog, this is the spring mini catalog, and this again is available until the end of April, or technically until May 5th, or 4th, I should say. And that allows you to hurry up and get the things that you want in here before they run out. Now, I have been notifying everybody that since the beginning of January, and I'm going to grab these ink pads. Oh, I can't do it all at the same time, so I have to do one at a time. Summer Splash, Shy Shamrock, Pretty in Pink, A Lovely Song back in the 80s by the Psychedelic Furs, and Peach Pie. These colors are going to, ooh, look at that. Here, let me put this here. Is this one? I can't see through my camera lens because the holder is holding it. So these 5 colors are the in colors that were introduced 2 years ago. So every year, 5 leave and then 5 come in. So we are alternating every year with a new release of 5. So we have some gorgeous colors coming in, available May 5th and to customers, but these colors are going. So anything like ink pads, re-inkers, cardstock, designer series paper, Stampin' blends, markers, anything that has these colors is going to go into the last chance list. Now, some things might even be sold out already and will not be restocked. Or it could be restocked if it's, but I certainly doubt it. So get them while you still can. And if you love something, don't let it go, because these colors are phenomenal. Okay, the Notes of Spring is the January, what am I talking about? March product of the month. And what that means is that when you place a qualifying order in my online store, that's $75, then you'll see this little blurb run across your screen that says, hey, you have the option to purchase the product of the month for only $5. And so this one happens to be for March, and it's a really cute stamp set called Notes of Spring. Now, if you place 2 orders in March and they equal $75 each or more, you don't get to buy 2 of these. You only get 1 product of the month, no matter how long it's available. It could last 2 weeks, it could last 2 months. So it's while supplies lasts. So I know that December product of the month, which is designer series paper, it lasted at least until February. I don't know if it's still available or not. And then January, they lasted for a little while. That was a stamp set. And then, let's see, the designer series paper for last month was a huge hit. That was for February. So once you place an order, you can get the option. Now, if you placed 100, say you placed $200 order, you cannot get 2 products of the month. So you cannot get a Notes of Spring and then the designer series paper from December. You have to have 2 separate items, 2 separate orders. And if you have any questions, you can always contact me at penguinz33@outlook.com. And then just to let you know that Stampin' Up! Is going to have another virtual album retreat. And the first one was such a success, they're going to have another one. So during this live event, you'll craft along with Stampin' Up! Staff for, Stampin' Up! Staff for up to 7 hours each day as they take you step by step through the process of making a 10 spread album. Hi, Kathleen. Welcome. Let's see. Step-by-step process, making a 10-page spread album. So that's 2 pages. So you're going to get 20 pages using the 2026 Virtual Album Retreat Happiness is Here kit. When you purchase the kit, you'll receive a card in your free kit that has a link to the exclusive Facebook group where the live event will stream. To learn all about the Virtual Album Retreat Happiness is Here kit and the Virtual Album Retreat, you can go online to the Stampin' Up! Website. Now, you can see that there are the pages here that, now you could certainly do the pages as you see them here, or you can watch, learn tips and tricks, and then put it together at your own leisure. And you could watch the video, and then you'll be able to access that Facebook group as many times as you need to put them together. Now, these spreads are so cute, and you get to learn new tips and tricks by the Stampin' Up! Staff. And that is going to be April 29th through May 1st. Now, it is at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, so that means it will be from 3 in Minnesota time to 10. And it said end times may vary. And the kit is 168051, and it's $250. Now, some people will say, oh my gosh, $250. But like I said, the last virtual album retreat kit retreat was such a huge response, and everybody loved the pages that they got to put together, that they thought it was a very great value. And plus, you will earn $25 in rewards just for purchasing the kit. So that means those $25 rewards can be used on a future order. So you'd be getting $25 off your next order. And then, I mean, like, that's super cool. And the kit is available to start ordering March 18th. So today is March 19th. So go ahead in my online store and purchase this album retreat. And now, like I said, if you're not available, you could certainly go back in and put that together. You can watch it at your leisure, pause, rewind, stop, have some fun with it. So guess what we're doing today? We're doing a paper pumpkin. Now, the only thing that I did was I opened it up, saw the spot right here, grabbed it, closed it, and noticed that it was a basic gray ink spot. So I went and got my basic gray ink pad. So there's no sense in opening this little guy up when I have the real deal. So Paper Pumpkin, it's celebrating a birthday this month. And so there happens to be a separate stamp set in here. And let's see. This looks like it's kind of florally. And there's no greetings in this one. And then here are some hummingbirds. Hummingbirds happen to be one of my favorite birds. Let's see, this thing, it says hello. Those are flowers. Birthday wishes. We have some, I would say, speckles, like splatter. And what is that? Wishing you a happy anniversary. So that's cool. A birthday, a hello, and a happy anniversary. So, Kathleen, what kind of hummingbirds do you get? I get ruby red throats, and that's all I get. And they are very, very, very territorial. There's 2 females and 1 male, as far as I can tell, 1 male, that frequent my feeder. I am in the 3rd floor balcony, and when I had my house, I would have hummingbirds come to my house. And when we moved into the apartment 2 years ago, we moved in February, and I was very sad that we weren't allowed to feed birds. And I decided that I was going to put a hummingbird feeder on my patio window. And oh my goodness, those little puppies, they found it. And then the following year, I went and got different types of, I got 2 fuchsia plants from Walmart, and those things were huge. And the hummingbirds loved them. So they came back. They know where I live now. And so I can't say my hummingbirds from the house came here, but oh my, too much sugar? I sure hope it survived. I do 1/4 cup of sugar to 1 full cup of boiling water. Put it in a metal tin glass, a metal tin bowl, a metal bowl, and then stick it in the freezer for 27 minutes, and it cools it down perfectly. And then I stick it in it's not cold, but it's, room temperature. And so when it's outside, it's going to be air temperature. But that has helped me a lot. Okay, so we opened up this kit, and they give you this little plastic bag, and every paper pumpkin is something different. It could be cards, it could be 3D items, it could be home decor. I love getting my paper pumpkin. So then what I generally do is I put 1 kit of each. Now it looks like it's going to be cards because here's envelopes. Now these are mini dimensionals. I'll be using my own. And here we have some really pretty, I have to figure out how to open it, really pretty gems. There are 2 sizes. Whoops, I just took one right off the plastic. And it's stuck to me. Come on, let's get back in there. Okay, we're just going to hold it until I pull this little puppy out. Come on. My hands are dry. I need to put lotion on. There we go. I think I got it. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put, now these are clear, and they have gold, looks like gold speckles in them. So it's 2 different sizes. Ooh, and they're a little opalescent. Kind of like that, like the pearlized. There's a little bit of green and a little bit of purple I see in there. Very pretty. Okay, sorry the camera does not do it justice. All right, let's look at the envelopes. Okay, so the envelopes are decorated on the front side, and they're all the same. Stampin' Up! Does it differently all the time. Sometimes the whole thing is decorated. Sometimes it's just the flap on, the inside. Sometimes it's just, the flap, this part right here that's decorated. So I love to see how Stampin' Up! I love that. That's very pretty. Okay. And so here are some die cuts. We will be using Wink Estella on those. You could tell that for sure. And here is, now this looks like it's texturized, but it is not. Actually, it's a half a cup of sugar to 2 cups of water. So, yeah, wow. Happy little birdies, weren't they? They probably didn't get to sleep very well. Okay, so it looks like all these are the same. And nothing on the inside. Usually that's a little different. Okay, ooh, look at that. That is a beautiful, thank you, die cut. I'm so grateful for you. Have a, and then something that says Mother's Day. And, ooh, so there's 3 of those. Okay, and then, ooh, here's another one that has a circle that is kind of like, it's not, it's like pencil drawn, but it's not. I'm assuming that the I'm so grateful for you is going to go right here. So that is different. So 1, 2, and 3. I'm just kind of separating these things. And here's the chipboard. I always save my chipboard just because you can certainly use them. For different things in different crafting areas. Okay, and here is what the 2 stamp sets look like. And ooh, look at the beautiful flowers. This is probably meant to be the greens that maybe, you know, kind of go with that, maybe. And then there's some splatter and then some beautiful flowers. So this one's called Fluttering Garden, and this one's Fluttering Hummingbird. Okay, so I am going to cut that with my paper snips. And we'll see what we do with these, because I want to see what they want us to do. So I'm going to take the hard plastic and I'm going to put that down on the bottom, and I might use this on the inside of the cards too. So we'll see what they want us to do with the cards. And I'm going to put that over there. And here are the instructions. Now, as a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you get to purchase additional items. And the items are really cool because they're exclusive, and they work like this one here. It works with the January, the February, and the March Paper Pumpkin. And so the next exclusive offering will be from April, May, and June. And so you get a really good usage out of that little extra. But you cannot purchase it if you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. Okay, so it tells you this kit contains 9 cards and 9 envelopes. So all the components to make that. And the coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors are Balmy Blue, Coastal Cabana, Early Espresso, Gorgeous Grape, Old Olive, Peach Pie, Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, and Smoky Slate. Okay, and here is what they look like. Now, for the most part, I do follow the instructions just to show you what it's like to actually do the kit as is. And then sometimes I do the whole kit, and then sometimes I do just one of each, which that's what I'll do tonight, is one of each. And then I will draw winners based upon what I have, or what I do to offer the winner. So how do you get entered into the drawing? So you do a thumbs up or a heart, and that gets you entered into the drawing. If you leave a comment, that gets you entered into the drawing. And then if you share this video on your timeline, that gets you 2 entries. So it's nothing that costs you any money, and you get a chance to get a free card. Now, if you are not on my email, if you are not on my, I do this through Facebook. So I'll send a message and saying, on Messenger, hey, you watched Facebook Live number 473. That's what we're on today. And you won the drawing. Send me your address and I'll mail you the card. Now, I don't, spam you. I don't sit there and send you a message. So, hey, when do you want to place an order? I do not do that. That's not how I work. But I do my Facebook Lives on Sundays after 5 o'clock. And I do my Facebook Lives on Thursdays, most of the time, after 5 o'clock. Sometimes Thursdays get a little away from me and I'm not able to do it. And then I'll sometimes do it on that weekend. So I generally try to give like a half an hour before I go live, just to, get it on your feed that, hey, I'm coming on live at 7 o'clock. All right, I'm just going to take a drink. All right. So, as you can see, these are the beautiful cards that we're going to be making tonight. And let's start with, there's a page in here. Okay, so here's card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. But this one right here, this is the page that I want right now. So it tells me everything I need to have for card number 1. So it looks like I need this one with the circle in it. And I am going to grab my bone folder. Now, I always find that my bone folder is needed to give a good burnish to the card that I'm about to make. See how it lays perfectly? Okay, I'm just going to take these guys and put them away. So that's card number 1. And then we're going to need 2 of these. So I'm just going to fold that and see what a burnishing the fold does compared to this. So in the beginning, when I first started stamping, I did not know what a bone folder was. And when I learned that it was made from the bones of cows, I felt bad. And I didn't want to get one. And then somebody said, you eat filet mignon? And well, I love steak, yep, and I have a hamburger. Well, that's cow. And I'm like, okay, fine, never mind. And then, then I went to my upline's house, and I used her bone folder. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why didn't somebody make me use this a long time ago? So we have card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. All right, so let's take out the components. Let's see, the first one, I need a hummingbird that looks like it's about to dive in for a glass of water, or a drink of water. Or it's going to go get some beautiful flowers. And then the other one looks like it is this one. And these die cuts come out so nicely. All right, so that is that. And beautiful looks like it goes on number 2. Just, seeing as how I have it in my hands, I might as well. Now, if I was doing the whole kit, I would do all my number 1s, pull all my stuff for number 1s. I'd pull all my stuff for number 2s and all my number 3s. And then do them. And what's, let's see, it's assembly style. And it goes faster. But if you don't want to follow the instructions, you don't have to. And then these 3 little guys that are left over these guys are going to go on card number 3. So we used up everything out of this one little sheet. All right. And then what I normally do is, ooh, you know what? I forgot to talk about something. My friends and I, we put on an in-person stamping event 3 or 4 times a year. And then Heidi and I put on a virtual event, generally after the in-person event. So the virtual stampinevent.com is how you register, and it is Saturday, March 28th. So that's coming up pretty soon. So we have to get our kits together and we get them mailed to you so that on the 28th we do a Zoom meeting, and then we put the kits together watching a video. And so those videos we can pause, we can rewind, we could just keep it going if everybody's doing well. And if you can't make it the 28th, we will send you those videos to everybody after the event. And so then that way you can put the card kits together at your leisure. You could stop, rewind, pause, get ready to go. So we can, anybody who lives within the 48 United States, okay, can purchase. And it's thevirtualstampinevent.com. So go check that out if you want to have us do all the work for you. We do not send any stamped images. We do tell you what stamp sets we are using, and you basically supply your own greetings. Okay, that's how it goes. All right, so we have I'm So Grateful for You. That goes to number 1. And there is this piece. This is a banner, so that goes to number 2. And the Stampin' Up's pretty good about giving us extras, so if we make a boo-boo, we don't have to worry about it too much, unless you are really having a bad day. And this thank you is for number 3. Now, let's see. Have a blank, oh, beautiful, gets used for Mother's Day. And Mother's Day is going to go on number 2. Okay. So I think I got everything pulled out. Now we're going to get the stamp sets. Okay. Looks like we're using the flowers as the stamp set, and the free stamp set, that's the hummingbird. Cool. All right. Now I'm going to ask you guys a question. Should we have a blank Mother's Day, or should we use this one as a happy birthday? Because not everybody has a mother. So I want to take a vote to see what there's 3 of you here. Should we do number 2, a Mother's Day, or should we do number 2, a birthday? It doesn't mean you're going to win it, but I'm just allowing you guys a chance to put in your 2 cents. All right, so this stamp, that's a big stamp. We're going to lay that down on my glass mat studio. Hey, Bert. And that is going to go like that. And, okay, birthday. I got 1 birthday. I got 2 birthdays. All right, so 2 birthdays. Birthdays win. Okay, guys. I'm going to put this on better, I think. I'm wondering if this one will work better. Yep, that one works better. We're using this one. Okay, so this one, this flower, is for number 1. And then That flower is also for number 2, plus the little squiggly ones. Looks like the aliens are coming out. And we're going to do that one with this block. And nobody gets any dots. Then why did they put them in here? Okay, and this one, so we're going to take Mother's Day and we're going to flip that over. And we're going to do Happy Birthday. So, you know what? All right, so we're going to put that one right there, and we'll grab this block. I'm thinking, let's see, beautiful, have a beautiful, and then, let's see, I bet you beautiful gets, oh, beautiful goes. Oh, it's just a piece of paper that goes behind this. So it goes like this. Have a beautiful, and then I'm going to whack that off with my paper trimmer. See, we're going rogue. I normally don't go rogue, but we're going to line that up on my paper trimmer, and we're going to whack that off, and I'm going to see if birthday, nope, birthday does not go on there, but we will find something pretty to use. Right here. Maybe we'll stamp it on here, and then we'll put this up. We'll figure it out. I'm going to do something. Okay, we'll figure that out. I'm going to take off my sweatshirt because I am warm. I have my window open and my fan on. I just wanted some fresh air in here. Now I'm having a hot flash. Okay, and this flower, let's see, this one, that is ready to go up in there. Okay, so we got our flowers all set to go and on their inks, or on their blocks. So we do not need these, but we could use them for butterfly. We could do like little speckles. See, I don't think, maybe we'll do the floral designs. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. We could put these leaves, these greens. Oh, yeah. Let's put the greens in the corner, in a corner. And then we could do the speckles around those greens. How do you like that? There we go. And we're using everything off that stamp set. There we go. And, well, thank you for the heart. Okay. I just like to get all my stamps ready to go, and we can always add colors. So like I said, in the beginning, on here, it lists, let's see, Old Olive and Pretty Peacock. Now we could do Ooh, pretty peacock leaves and smoky slate spots around the leaves. What do you think? Or we could do old olive leaves and then pretty peacock spots. I think that would be pretty. Let's do that. Okay, so old olive and pretty peacock. Because I never, when I do paper pumpkins and I send these to winners, I want to have somebody, or I want to have some type of decoration on the inside, because you guys have to put the inside in there. All right, so let's get going. Number one, so we're going to put this stuff off the plate. We're going to just move this over to the side, and we'll put the coordinating stamp set with it, and we'll move these away for now. And then number two gets two things, so we'll move that. And I'm just going to take another ink. Okay. So you really can't see it very well, but it wants you to fold like I already did. And then it wants you to take, I'm going to grab my silicone craft sheet, and it says to put dimensionals on the birds and the circle. Now, I have my dimensionals that I'm going to use just because I have a rule that until the dimensionals are used all used up, I do not open up another pack. And I'm going to grab my people poker. This is the take your pick tool. I call this my people poker because I am the people it pokes, but I'm pretty good. I have yet to draw blood, so why is that one like super sticky? All right, so it says to put 3 on here, and then it wants you to put 2 on each bird. So 1, and we're actually already at the area where we need to snip these little puppies into smaller pieces. I have the old rubber scissors from a long time ago, back in the day when Stampin' Up! Gave us one big sheet of red rubber, and we had to cut them and put the stickers on ourselves. And now we are done with the red rubber and going total photopolymer. Just because the red rubber was getting hard to source the quality that Stampin' Up! Is used to. All right, and we're just snipping things so we don't have to get this out unless we need to do smaller ones. Then I got mini dimensionals. All right, so we're good to go on that. So I don't have fingernails, so that's why my people poker is the best tool ever. And that's stuck to me. All right, then we'll put that there and that right there. Okay. Then it wants us to ink up our stamp and kind of base that around the circle there. Okay, so I'm going to put my people poker over there. I'm going to get my Stampin' Pearson mat. Now normally I have this cleared off, but there's only a couple things on there, so I'm going to allow that to not bug me. That is okay. I'm going to grab my basic gray stamp pad, and I'm going to ink this up. Now, actually, this is kind of a bigger stamp, so I'm actually going to just take it and just go upside down and go tap, tap, tap. We're not squishing, we're not killing spiders. And let's see, the first one kind of goes around the circle like that. Ooh, I like that a lot. And then again, it wants you to ink it up one more time. Tap, tap, tap. No squishing. No spiders were hurt during this video. Oh, wow. Just add some Wink of Stella to that, and that's done. Wow, that's pretty. Okay, this one goes on to number 2, so we're not going to bother cleaning it. And then we're going to actually close that ink pad up just for now because we're going to use it again. But an invitation, an ink pad, an open ink pad is an invitation to drop something in it. Okay, so we're going to take off the backing. So just stab and grab your backings. Come on, let's go. 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. Okay, those should be all good. So grateful for you. And we're going to put that in the circle. That's a beautiful font. I really like that. All right, and then I didn't take this one off. I did that one though. Okay, so this guy is kind of hovering like that. Do. Oh, that is so pretty. All right, and this guy is just flying on in. Whoop, whoop. I'm going to make that go right in between the grateful. Wow. Okay, so it wants us to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gems. Okay, so we're supposed to use, and I'm going to move my, this is the flimsy plastic. I'm going to put it on top of my hardier plastic so that I don't lose it and accidentally throw it away. Here are the gems. So I'm going to take your pick tool and use the putty end. Now I'm just going to reposition that putty, and it says to use 2 big ones and 3 little ones. And I am going to use them at my discretion because I don't like the way they have them in here. I think it looks kind of dorky, so I plan on changing that up. All right, so I'm going to do a big one right down there, and then a little one right in there. Okay, so they kind of wanted that. I didn't want it in my flowers. I wanted it by my flowers so that it's not covering up that pretty. I love that gray. And then now we're supposed to be using, let's see, one more big one. Now I'm going to use the big one right there. And then I'm going to use 2 smaller ones. I'm going to create a triangle. See, there's 1, 2, and 3. That's creating a triangle. So then I'm going to put one more right there. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to get that other one. And I'm actually going to put that right there so that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's odd numbers. Now, I used to be a floral designer. Hi, Judy. Welcome. I used to be a floral designer, and so what they taught you was, I'm going to draw it on a picture. When you have a floral arrangement, let's do it on a scrap piece of paper. So you have a bowl, and it could be a pretty vase. Let's just say your pretty bowl's like that, okay? I have some fluff. So if you take your big flower and put that right there, okay, and then your little flowers all the way around, blah, blah, blah. This one here gives you weight, okay? Now look at this bowl. Looks like a banana, right? Put that big flower up here and all the little flowers down here. Doesn't that look funny? Doesn't that look out of place? So I look at my embellishments the same way. I use my bigger ones towards the bottom to draw you in, and it gives it weight. And then the little ones higher up. Okay. So that is how I work my magic. Now, this is a shaker. This is a Wink of Stella brush. If you do not have one of these, you need to get one because I said so. So we're going to take and color just do you see that sparkle? I mean, how pretty. And I'm just going to line, just use the lines that the artist drew in on the wings. I mean, you love Pretty Peacock. Me too, Kathleen. All right, so I'm not talking because this is a very tiny, there we go. I just don't want to color outside the lines because somebody's going to win this card and I want it to look good. All right, so then we're just going to kind of brush it over the green a little bit. Won't get, you know, all the pieces of the green, but we're just kind of blending it in where the lines of the artist that gives it feathers. I mean, how beauteous is that? Okay, so let's open up the card and we're going to do Old Olive. This is an old ink pad, very well loved old ink pad. And we're going to do this leaf. And we're just going to kind of do that down in the corner right there. And down in the corner right here. Okay? And then we're going to get, oops. We're gonna get the Pretty Peacock and we're gonna do speckles, little dots. We're gonna flip that one around and go like that. Okay, so that is the inside of the card. Now whoever wins this card is going to have to, you know, write a greeting in there, but I'm so grateful for you. Who would not love to win that card, right? Okay, that is card number one. I mean, that's how simple it was to put it together. And, you know, I did go a little off-roading, but that's okay. I mean, adding Wink of Stella to anything is, I mean, like, wow. Okay, so card number one. And we're going to flip this over. We're going to get rid of the gems. And we're going to flip this over to number 2. And, Okay, so it looks like we're going to need that. And, ooh, cool. Okay. We're going to use the same stamp from number 1, the alien flower, and then we're going to figure out how to do a birthday. Now, we're going to grab why am I putting these guys on my silicone mat? I need to do birthday. Okay, so this is going to get dimensionals. You're welcome very much, Judy. Thank you for watching. Judy won a card from me, and she watched a Facebook Live, and I drew her name. So you are quite welcome, my friend. Thank you for watching. All right, so I think, let's see, birthday. Have a beautiful birthday. I'm wondering, let's just get the flowers going. You know what? We could do the birthday on the inside. That's what we'll do. That way, it won't affect anything. I want to stamp these guys first, and then we'll put the dimensionals on the back of everything. Okay, so this one is going to go kind of like that, and just going to hold that down and allow that ink to transfer. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to flip that over. And we're going to do it this way. Now they're going to overlap just a little bit right in here, but nobody is going to see that. Okay, and then these flowers, this flower is going to go right there and right there. That is so cool. Okay, then we're going to clean that with our Simply Chamois. And you know what? Let's do this. Yeah, let's clean it. Let's do that in Pretty Peacock on the inside of the card. Or not Pretty Peacock. We're going to do that in Old Olive. And we'll do something a little different in this one. We'll just do one thing. And we'll do this one in this corner. Like that. And then we will do, we'll do Pretty Peacock speckles. And we'll do that right there. And right there. And right there. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, low battery power. My phone is telling me. So I'm going to plug it in. We're going to not clean off the speckles. Okay, so then now I'm going to grab my phone cord. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on. Let's go. And we're going to plug in, because I would hate for you to disconnect and me keep talking, and then all of a sudden, why am I talking to nobody? Okay. So now we're going to put dimensionals on everything. And let's see. It shows a dimensional about here. So let's get the wing. And a dimensional kind of right there. And one by its face. Okay. And then we're going to do little dimensionals on, let's see, 1 and 2. And then let's see here. Beautiful. 1 and 2. Okay, and then we'll just take those off, stab and grab those backings, because you can. You stab somebody, you can go to jail. You stab dimensionals, and you can release some pressure. Do 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 do. And we'll just do that and that. Stab, stab. All right. So now we'll remove that out of our way, and we're going to put together our card. All right, get rid of that for a few seconds. Okay, so it looks like we're going to put our beautiful hummingbird right here. And then it looks like this gets kind of tucked in, and the I forget. It's just blocking my mind right now. Banner. I know you guys are yelling at me. Banner! Oh, no. Okay, did I cut that off? I think I want to cut that off a little bit more. You know what? We're just going to hand trim it. Do. Because like I said, we are going rogue. And so we're going to put that right there. And then beautiful is going to go right on. Oh, that looks pretty sharp now, doesn't it? It's going to be a bumpy card, so you're going to have to hand deliver this one. Yep. Hand deliver. Have a beautiful birthday wishes. Let's just do. Okay, so we're gonna take off. Let's see. Where'd it go? We're gonna take a piece of tape, and I'm gonna fold the edge over, because we want them to have a beautiful birthday, but the wishes kind of make it look funny. So we're just going to have a beautiful birthday, and that's not going to work right. So let's go this way, and let's do it in, let's see here. I think we're going to do it in Pretty Peacock. Don't you think? And then, no, we're going to do it in Old Olive. and then we'll have speckles. I think that'll be pretty. Oh, my old olive pad has seen better days. I think from now on, my old olive pad is going to be used only at home. And when we go to stamping events, whoa, 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 whoa. It's going to be spots. See? Have a beautiful birthday. And then don't forget, when you do this with the tape, you got to take it off. Ask me how I know. Because if you don't take it off, it makes quite the mess. You know, okay. And so we'll just do, let's see, where did I go? Okay, tap, tap, no squish. And we're just going to go by the birthday. Happy birthday. Party, party. There we go. And now we have to add the gems. And okay, so let's just clean off some stuff because I don't know what I've cleaned off and I don't remember. So we'll just clean everything so far. And then that way, the Simply Chamois that I use, I've cut it into 4s. So I can do stamp camps at my house, or my apartment, I should say, and then have enough people, you know, have enough stations. Okay, so again, we are using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this time it wants us to use 3 big ones and 2 little ones. So we are going to put, all right. And I'm going to put them wherever I darn well please. That's just how I roll. So I'm going to put the biggest one down right there. 1. And then again, we're going to create a triangle. So we're going to put 1 right there. So that's 2. Okay, so 1, 2. And then I'm going to put another big one right here. No, I'm going to put another big one right there. Kind of. See how I've used like this area to put a gem. I've kind of used this area to put a gem. I was going to use this area right here, but I decided no, I wanted to create that triangle better. So I used that area. Okay, so we got another big one coming. And so I think we're going to put one right down here by the tail. And then another one. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Right next to that flower. Okay, so I sporadically use them so that it keeps your, you know, the beautiful and the glitzy, you know, not in just one spot. Okay, but it's, you know, kind of flowing up the flower. Okay, so we are going to do, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the beak and the beautiful purple. Kind of come down. And then I'm going to kind of highlight kind of those areas, and then kind of do the wings again where those lines are that kind of say, hey, those are feathers. Okay, isn't that pretty? Now if I wanted to, I could do, you know, these little circular things off the funky flower. Little alien. There you go. And see how that adds a little bit of glitz down on the card as well. And let's go on the inside. Thank you, Judy. We're going to do the inside. Now, when you use the Wink of Stella, if you happen to grab color, you can bleed that out a little bit. So you always want to swipe clear. See these, yeah, that was ink, but I kind of just went in the centers. And so this is card number 2, okay? And so then now I'm going to take this one and just swipe that off to make sure that if there's any ink on it, it's not going to touch the next card with it. Okay, and then card number 3 is, oh, okay, I forgot to clean that one, so we're going to clean that one now. Now, photopolymer stamps can stain because of the ink, but that's just like certain colors, really. But I still like to clean my stamps pretty quickly so that they don't have that chance to stain. All right, so number 3, we're going to bring everything over. And this one's going to be a landscape card. So it looks like it's going to go this way. And we're going to put all our flowers over there. It wants you to stamp 3 times on, I'm going to do it differently. I'm not going to go okay, so I'm going to stamp directly right there, okay, and then I am going to lower it a little bit, and then I'm going to raise it up a little bit, okay, and then I'm going to lower it, and then lower it, and there we go. Okay, I did that, okay, and we can make it, just flip it upside down so that it looks like it's not so white. Okay, so it looks like it has different shades or different heights. I don't want them all the same, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't want them, I wanted variety. You know what I mean? Okay, and how about, you know what, we're going to stamp this in the inside, just in the corner, and then we'll do some, let's see, we will do Pretty Peacock spots on the inside. Just tap, tap. There we go. I mean, how pretty is that? You know, Kathleen, I don't think so. It's the chemical reaction. That's the reason why we're going back. They were linen before, and then they went to the foam, and then now we're going to go to felt. But I think that it's the certain dyes that they use for certain colors, say like the purples, the darker blues, and the reds, they'll stain your stamps. With red ink, or with red red rubber, we didn't have to worry about that because it didn't stain anything, except for black stays on. But in all fairness, you could still see through a stained stamp. I mean, this one, it's stained, but you can still see through it. Let me clean it. There's probably still ink on it. But nope, that one doesn't stain. But if we were to do a real red, okay, and maybe it might not be as much once they go back to felt, but it's really, you know, it's just pink, and you could still see it, but it doesn't harm anything. And sometimes it's actually good, because then you know where stamps are located, to know where it ends and begins. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so then now we're going to take the dimensionals and flip everything over, and everything gets dimensionals. So this is a dimensional happy paper pumpkin, which I have no problem with. Okay, so we're gonna go, let's see, each hummingbird gets 2. So that one's a big one, so we're just gonna leave it with 1. And that one's kind of a big one too, but we'll just use a little one over here. And then we'll use the rest on thank you. But I'm super, super excited to put my pre-order in. I'm excited about the ink pads being magnet, made of magnets. All right, new sheet. Before Stampin' Up, I was not a paper crafter. I was not anything. I did not know what card making was, and so it's not like I really had, I don't have kids. Mike and I don't have kids. He has a disease that basically had his kidneys stopped working. Oh, you broke your secret C-pad? Oh man, I hate that. People break my stuff all the time. I don't do it. Somebody else does. But anyways, my husband, he had a kidney disease that made his kidneys stopped working. And so we found out that he was, let's see, able to receive a kidney transplant, and my dad was the donor. And so when we went to kidney school to learn about stuff, we found out that if we were to have kids, that it was 80% hereditary to the child. And then I decided that I am not going to do that to another person. So, and then Mike's mom was like, you know, you can adopt, you know, she wanted kids for like 5 years. And I'm like, do you not understand that I will not put another person through what he has to go through just, you know, to give them grandkids? And I am not about to sit there and choose between, if my kid is sick and my husband's sick, which one do I, work on? And I'm not about to sit there and choose. So we made that decision, and happy with that decision. And it took her a really long time. But we have cats. They just get other stuff, right? Okay, so that is clean. And we'll wipe that off. And now this one gets gems. And it gets 5 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so again, we're going to do 3 big ones and 2 little ones. So I am going to do, let's see, I think this hummingbird's going to peck at that gem. 1, and then 2, oops, 2, 1, 2. Oh, those are about the same spot. And then let's create a triangle. 1, 2, and let's go up in there. 3. And then 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and another one. One more. I think I want to go right there. And it doesn't want to come off. Wait. 1. There. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Happy. Okay. So, let's see. Grab the Wink of Stella. And that is right here. Shaky, shaky. Okay, so we're just going to do the wings on these guys because there's 3 of them. And then the tail feathers. Okay, so there's 1. Well, you know what? I got to do the beak. That's a hummingbird. Got to do the beak. There's a video that I saw of this hummingbird, and I can't remember the type it was called. But he kind of has like long feather thingies, and then he blows up like right around here, and he kind of almost looks like he's putting body armor on. He's so cool looking. I'd like to find out where that bird is and go find out and see him like in person. And then we're going to do the Wink of Stella on the flowers on the inside here. This looks like Leatris to me almost. Really can't see it too much. There we go. Thank you, Kathleen. No, I didn't design it. Somebody else did. But this is what you get when you get a paper pumpkin. Like I said, you can follow the directions the way you want to, or, do one card the way the directions say, and then take the next card and do it completely different. Now, you can make this card, portrait instead of landscape. And this one, you could certainly do that as well, and change it, going landscape instead of portrait. So this is number 3, this is number 2, and this is number 1. And you could do the same thing with this one, because the way the birds are, and because you're making a wreath, that could be the different placements. But if you're new to paper crafting, this is a really good way to start out, because you know what? You have everything to put the kit together, unless you want the bone folder, the take your pick tool, the Stampin' Pearson mat. If for me, as somebody who's crafty, I really like having everything on their own block. So I have multiple blocks. I have my own, paper snips. I use my own. I could have used these if I wanted to, but like I said, I don't open up another pack until I'm done. And so which one do you guys like best? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Which one's your favorite? Okay. And then don't forget, you will get a chance to win one of these cards. Now, if I pick your name for card number 1, you like number 2, okay? If I will not send 2 cards to one person, okay? So I always take the name out. You like number 4. There's only 3, Kathleen. 1, 2, and 3. But you like you like them all, okay? But you could certainly, change this up a little bit and use the ink pads. I mean, you could do, instead of doing gray, you can add different colors if you wanted to. I like the gray because it gives the hummingbirds a way to show up better. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys for hanging out with me on a Thursday evening. So do a thumbs up or a heart. That gets your name entered into the drawing. Leave a comment if you have to pick number 3. Okay. Thank you very much. If you leave a comment, that gets your name. Now share this on your timeline. And the reason why I say that is because if there's a paper crafter on your timeline, they might get a chance to get entered into the drawing as well. I generally take about 30 days, roughly, give or take, to allow as many people to see the video. And now if you're on YouTube, I'm sorry, I don't pick winners from YouTube. I don't have the technology that I can stream Facebook and YouTube at the same time. You're lucky I can do a Facebook Live. I am not that tech savvy. I've had, it took me a while to get to where I'm at. And there are certain things that, I don't know how to do. I should say there's a lot of things I don't know how to do when it comes to tech. But I'm willing to learn. So, as I was saying, so share this on your timeline, because there might be a paper crafter out there that is on your timeline that hasn't touched their stuff in quite a long time, and maybe seeing my video might inspire them to grab that ink pad and that paper and maybe make you a card. You never know. You might be the one that... How do you do that? How do you do what, Kathleen? How do you share this? Are you wondering how to share this on your timeline? There should be a button on your, maybe it's after it's live. I don't know. Share it on your timeline. I don't know what kind of device you're on, but maybe after I log off, you can go to my Facebook post, and at the bottom you can share it. I know I can share myself. So like I said, I do my Facebook Lives on my Joy Borwedge page. And then once I'm done putting like the presentation number in, I share it to my Stampin' for Joy Facebook page. So there's at the bottom of my video, there's like this kind of like an arrow that kind of swipes to the right, and that you can click it and then hit share, and that's on your timeline. So that helps you. So, and that helps me too, because it means that you're involved in my videos, and it helps with the Facebook algorithms, and also on my YouTube page, if you like, do the thumbs up and the heart. You figured it out. Yay! Way to go, Kathleen. Thank you. You're very sweet. Kathleen's a demonstrator from Idaho, right? Idaho? Or is it Ohio? Idaho, I think it is. So thank you very much. You guys rock. I mean, it's Thursday night. I'm sure there's, fun things going on. Why does this one seem like it's not in camera very well? Come on. There we go. So when I draw names, Idaho, yay, I remembered. So what I'll do is I will send you, if I don't have your address, I keep your address, so that if you are a winner on future Facebook Lives, then I just send it to you. But the first one, I'll always say, hey, thank you for watching my Facebook Live presentation number, blah, blah, blah. And then that way you know which Facebook Live you won. So if you're like, oh my gosh, Joy made this card, and it says on the little card thingy that says, oh, she watched it on 473, and you can go back to see how it was made. And that way you can recreate. Now with paper pumpkins, it's hard to recreate, but with my other Facebook Lives, I always have measurements, and I tell you the color scheme, and so then that way you can come back and recreate and put things together. All right, guys, it's 8:33, and I'm going to say goodnight. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you on Sunday, and happy stamping!